So I recently made a video on my buying order if I decide to restart with resistance bands. So this video is all about what if I got rid of all of my equipment for my dumbbells and body weight items and repurchased them today. So I came up with 9 items for this and the buying order I would go with, as well as a bonus 10th if you decide to spend the extra funds on it. But let's jump right into number 1, which is going to be buying dumbbells. Now in the past, I've preferred 2 specific items, and they've stayed around for a very long time, some more than 5 years. The first one being the core fitness dumbbells that go up to 50 pounds, and the second one being the Dumbbells that went up to 80 pounds, or the version I got at least. Now I did recently move, and in that move, I decided to sell the Dumbbells as well as the core fitness dumbbells. However, when I got to my new location, I did rebuy the core fitness dumbbells because I saw they had a new version and want to make a review on it. If you want to check out that review, take a look at the link in the description. But do know, I do not have the Dumbbells at this time, but they are a great product and something I might look to in the future. They just are pretty expensive. But that will be item number 1, as I highly recommend adjustable dumbbells. Yes, there are many other options. You could build an entire rack, but for home gyms, you probably want to save on some space, and the adjustable dumbbells aren't that bad in price if you look at it in terms of dollar to poundage. So I would recommend taking a look at many of the other options out there, with my preferred one being the core fitness dumbbells, unless you need more weight, and then I'd go with the Dumbbells. So once you have your dumbbells out of the way, item number 2 is going to be some type of vertical pulling option like a doorway pull-up bar or a freestanding bar. Now for me, my favorite item for doing pull-ups on a doorway are the cross grips by J-Flex. These are 2 separate handles that you can clamp onto your door frame and then do pull-ups as long as you don't weigh more than 250 pounds. So for me, I'm at about 190 pounds as I shoot in this video. I could add a backpack with some weights to get up to the 250, but I'm still pretty far right now from that maximum weight. Now, if you don't want to go that route and you want to stay off a door frame just to be safe, maybe you want to look at something like base blocks, as they do have a standalone option as well. I'm still waiting on a product that's not crazy expensive and has a decently small footprint that I can use for a standing platform. Now I might even look into the base blocks in the future, but as of right now, I do use the cross grips as my main item when I want to do pull-ups. But please be safe when you do this. Make sure that your door frame can hold whatever equipment you put on there and your weight. The third item in the list is going to be some type of dip bar device. Now I personally like the Liebert Fitness Equalizers, and I have the XL Signature Edition. So why I like this is I can do both dips and inverted rows, and I can also set the width that I would like to use based on my body dimensions. So that is why I like this one. They are kind of expensive, so do know that, but I've had these for years and years now, and they still are going very strong, and I love them for doing mostly dips and inverted rows. So next is item number 4, and for this one, it's going to be an adjustable bench. The reason for this is the adjustable bench can help to remove issues like stability, as well as make getting into some exercises safer without one. So for example, if you were going to do overhead pressing, normally you'd have to pick up the dumbbells from the floor and get them all the way up to your shoulders, then up overhead, where stability and even injury could be an issue. But with the bench, you can just pick them up to knee height, sit on the bench, and then kick them up to your shoulder height, sit back on the bench, and then be stable to then do the overhead pressing and really focus on the shoulders doing the movement. So that is why I really like to have some kind of adjustable bench when using dumbbells, because again, it allows me to really focus on the target muscle while being able to be safer in the setup of my exercises and while performing them. Now I do like the Flybird adjustable benches a lot if you're looking for just a standalone cheap one. I will be going over a bonus one later on that has additional attachments and something I loved in my old setup, but let's jump to the next item. So exercise number 5 is going to kind of bounce off the body weight exercises, and that's going to be a backpack. The main reason I would pick a backpack here is because with the dumbbells I mentioned in item number 1, all or both items have plates that you can remove and use as separate plates for doing body weight movements. So I get a backpack, I would take the plates off of the handles, and I would do weighted push-ups, pull-ups, dips, inverted rows, those kind of exercises while using the backpack. So again, this provides a slew of options that I can then weight and really get the most out of it without having to do something crazy, just a backpack and those weight plates. So again, you could just get something like the core fitness dumbbells, make the majority of your exercises compound lifts like push-ups, pull-ups, and then just weight them, and then do the smaller isolated movements like bicep curls and something with the dumbbells, saving you a lot of money and making a setup that's easy to just pick up and go with for your workouts. Alright, the next item is optional, and it's actually 2 items, and they're both by JFlex, and it's going to be the Hyperbell products. So they currently have a straight or barbell version and an easy curl bar version. Now I'm not going to go over that here. If you'd like to see which one I would pick depending on your setup, feel free to take a look at the video in the description. But do know these bars will fit a majority of the adjustable dumbbells I've seen out there. Some will not though. One big thing with the Dumbbells, and why I thought it was a problem, is that the Dumbbells I had do not fit in the clamps for the JFlex barbell versions. So that is why these Hyperbells, they're good, but just make sure that if you do get one, that it fits the dumbbells you are using. Alright, looking at item number 7, we've made it to the step platform. And this is actually the same step platform I use in my resistance band setup. So let's go over why I like this item. Now this platform allows you to get an additional 4 inches off the ground, making exercises like calf raises a bit better as you can go below the parallel to the floor now and get that extra stretch in the calves. So that's why I like to use it for that exercise in particular. You can also do it for things like split squats, or they can become Bulgarian split squats by just having that additional 4 inches off the ground. There are other things you can do with it, but those are kind of the 2 main ones I look to use it when I have it in my dumbbell setup. But just know that would be item number 7 in my list. Alright, and for item number 8, we are going to try to enhance our grip by getting some wrist straps. Now, depending on the dumbbells you go with, maybe the 50s you really don't need them, but do know if you're getting really into those heavy dumbbells, maybe you got something like power blocks or one of those other ones like IronMaster that go up to like almost 100 pounds, then you might need something to help with your grip, as you don't want your grip giving out before the actual target muscle you are working is fatigued and it's actually worked before your grip. So make sure that if you are having trouble holding on to the dumbbells for the duration of your set, that you look into getting some wrist straps to help hold on to it. But do know I recommend that you start at the lower weights without the straps and only use them but once you get to a weight where it's actually failing with the wrists and forearms before the target muscle. Alright, item number 9 is completely optional, as I didn't have one for years and years and years. Actually, it wasn't until I finally moved here that I ended up getting one, and that is going to be a dumbbell stand. So both the core fitness dumbbells and the Dumbbells I had before have this option. I only ever bought the core fitness one and set up. It's in my closet right now behind me, and I do love putting them there. The main benefit of this is safety and the ease of use of getting dumbbells when you need to put them down, change weights, and get them going very quickly. So maybe you're switching between exercises really fast. This is where it is pretty awesome to have this. If you are putting them on the floor and they're heavy and you're looking to pick them up from the floor, it can potentially cause injury, as you might tweak something when you pick them up. But now with the dumbbell stand, they're at about waist height to me, so I can just kind of pick them right out of the stand and go from there. So again, I think it's kind of a safety thing as to why I have it now, but also I just love being able to easily put them back, twist them into whatever way I want them to be, and then take them out and I'm ready to go. Alright, we finally reached item number 10, which is a bonus item in this list, and one I want to leave because it is a very expensive item, but one that may benefit you quite a lot as it did me when I had it in my old place. And that is going to be the IronMaster Super Bench Pro. Now, I personally own the first version and loved it, but they have come out with a second version that you can get, as well as they've kind of added additional markings for the degree you're at with the bench and things of that nature, just some smaller enhancements. But do know this is very pricey at around $500 as of shooting this video from the IronMaster website. So it is not cheap, but do know in terms of having a bench that can do pretty much everything with dumbbells, this is it. They have quite a lot of attachments. The one I primarily used was the pull-up attachment. So you can set it up into the bench, which goes into a vertical position, and do pull-ups in a much safer way than doing them on your door frame. I even attach bands to them, and you can do pull-downs with them as well. So there's a slew of other things you can do, not to mention the other tons of attachments you can buy and use as well. Just know that the attachments are or can get pretty bulky, so depending on your closet size, you might not want to get too many, or you might find that you're actually unable to fit everything in your closet along with your dumbbells and things like that if you are trying to keep them out of the everyday eyes of people coming in and out of your house. But I did make quite a few reviews of the original one I had, so I'll make sure to put that in the description if you'd like to check out at least version 1 to see if you want to get the newer version as well. But with that, that is all 10 items in my list and the buying order I would use if I was to repurchase them all today. And again, I do really like using dumbbells and bodyweight. I have been using bands and my Speedients as of right now, but I kind of just go between them depending on if I just want more variety in my workout routine. So again, that is the entire list. Hope you did enjoy it. But with that, remember to be fit and game on.